All right, we are back with round two of the Tuesday Night Eternal on Saturday mornings. We are gonna take a look at spiffirific's deck and dqdawgoo, who are going to be our feature match for round two. Um, Here is DQ's deck. Mark.
So a lot of really interesting things happening here. It's a really spread out list, um, and it looks to. I think looking at into Cambrai, I think the cards that I'm most excited about if I'm on the DQ Doggo side are the pair of Sadides. I think the card draw relic that Sadidi plays on your opponent is really good against Cambrai. Um, and then a timely exploit is always helpful. And then the removal, it looks really tailored. It seems like there are really specific things that DQ Doggo wanted to be able to answer and in very specific quantities. So you see a pretty even split of Suffocates, Annihilates, the one of Collapse, a one of Slay, and then a pair of Nothing Remains for if you fall too far behind. Um,
Yes.
Valkyrie Enforcers. Oh, sorry, go
No,
ahead.
no, no.
I
I
just
was
said,
no. You go.
you go. We're going to go down to the game because we can't decide who's talking.
Okay, this is Spiffrick's got to be throwing that back.
And we are hoping to get hand cams eventually, but we're starting to make sure that we're running on time.
Want to become our friend? That was the code.
The friending the TNE account. Everybody should be friends of the TNE on Saturdays.
How many friend referrals do you have? How many friend referrals do you have? Really? I'm like halfway to whatever the final reward is. I don't think it's anything great, but
So did you do that the same way that you did the podcast where you just like took people's phones and did it for them?
basically. So Spifferific had the mull all the way down to 6.
This is a fine mull if you're an equalized player, right?
Yeah, but you want, Justice Sigils to play it. Looks like we've got the Hamcan bug at the moment. I don't think DQ has 12 cards.
You never know. Those Argenport decks are
Oh,
full of echo cards.
I'll tell you what, every time I play a Combray control deck, I feel like my opponent is doing something crazy.
I would guess you're looking for your like depleted power, and I'm trying to remember what the Argenport mid. I wonder what I guess your best turn 2 play is probably exploit.
Yeah. You want to see what they have.
I'm curious how this deck develops into the late game. Because it has like good mid-range threats with Furious Magnaventress and Vara. But I'd be curious as to what the like common way of closing out the game is for the deck. It's just hard for me to picture. It's very possible that it's just like beat your opponent down to Valkyrie Enforcers while you remove everything else.
So we're just waiting for this match to start.
Yep, and I think there must be some like little technical delay between the spectator bug and hand cam stuff. So I think we're gonna go to a different match.
All right.
We're back to 4-color Todas and Derek with Apple Chips and Derek Davis on Xenon mid. Let's take a quick look.
Two very good players.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Derek Davis has 2 top 8s already this TNA season.
And Derek Davis is playing a time-heavy version of the Xenon deck, so the flip side of what the Shadow version was. So this deck features Twin Spitling, Tovan, the Skybreak Giant at the very top end instead of Grodov Stranger, which is interesting. And has like a more aggressive opening with Alhid, Dinosaur Nest, and has a full 8 access for market cards for Time Market with Edict of Grodov, End of an Era, Xenon Temple, Deafening Stampede, and Nash Desert Prince. That's got to be the most common grab. I bet the Desert Prince. Looks like a tough hand for Apple Chips not having more power. But maybe you don't care when you have 2 rat cages.
Despite all my rage, not today.
Dirty rat in a cage. Why couldn't it be cat cage? Then he could be dirty cat cage.
Just as you.
That's my jokes aren't funny, it's fine.
We're just gonna get wide early here.
Well, we're just gonna get
We can't
smashed in the face
block
for
anything.
a billion.
Yep.
This is really reminiscent of the early days
Oh,
of.
that's sad to draw shrine right there.
Oh
That's not
yeah,
what you
it's
wanna
hurtful.
see.
It's just like
I love it.
attack and concede.
I love it.
5, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I think so because that. And does it go off? I think the dinosaur goes off as well. Then. Yeah, that's just. I like that. Like that from Apple Chips.
Oh, you have your. Oh no, that's Brixis that's making you discard. What are you getting back? Oh, your own dino nest. More rats that can't block. This looks like the end.
Yeah, because nest went off. So nest. Text notes. Yep, that's lethal.
Oh, good counting. Well done, play-by-play guy.
Thanks, color commentary. So wait for them to get back into that match. That was just unfortunate for Apple Chips. Hate to see it.
And I think we are gonna. You may have seen. I'm sure you'll see the messaging between Tio and the match we're planning on featuring. So we'll probably get into the spiffirific versus dqdawgoo,
Wow, setting the pressure on the production. What if they decide that's not?
or maybe they won't. Who knows?
Do what Mark says. Hey, listen to you, Mark.
Oh,
We're
dude.
watching. So we're right back. Same hand. Not draw power. So spiffirific only wants to see power off the top. And in fact, if they can get there, their hand is gonna save them.
I think one of the nice things about this is they will have spiffirific will have time.
Yeah.
I don't think this Argenport list is going to close the game quickly.
Well, they have time and justice, Mark.
Ah,
Good, I did.
I never even considered. Let me check my glasses again.
So we're still waiting. Like I said, we're not sure if we'll have DQ's hand cam. So we'll play that side a little bit blind.
What do you smuggle for?
Ooh, I forget what their market was. Anything that lets me disrupt their hand. Figure out what's going on.
Oh, maybe this is a reclaim grab. Get your own ramp on.
Yeah, I looking at what's in the market, I can't see a case for anything.
You might if you're planning on going into the late game, but I think it was.
There we go. So Spiffer got to 4. So now they have 2 cases of New Tomorrow. They're gonna be at 9 power before you know it. Then they can do all their fun things.
I was just curious what the big payoff is going to be.
I wonder. I don't think there's any consideration to equalize yourself early. Oh yeah, just New Tomorrow. Gonna take some hit here.
Wow.
I mean, there was a world where you equalize and you give up 2 of your cards to get rid of their units, but
You take the Shenra Speaks here, right?
then you play out your hand, and if they equalize, they equalize.
Yeah.
There's no reason to hold any cards at this point, knowing they have a.
If you can play all of your cards, that's a great line. You could also be like, well, maybe I'll just take the Speaking Circle and hope they don't get to 9. But that doesn't seem like a winning strategy.
They're getting a 9.
Keep wanting to alt tab over to the chat.
Yeah, so I wonder what's in their hand. If it's me, I suppose I'm just playing out everything I can. Yep. Force Spifferific to equalize and give up a lot of their cards.
Yeah, this also pushes the most damage. a good draw for Spiff. The sigil is depleted. So
Do you
what do you go
keep-
down to? Do you keep the
This is
speaking
tough.
circle or do you keep the age-worn vestige?
I'm probably keeping circle. But Spiffer decides to do it. I mean, it just gives you the highest high roll out of this situation. Maybe you'll draw a card draw.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll draw a removal for anything. And you're kind of making the assumption that they played out their best cards.
Oh.
Oh, that's cute.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I mean, it was.
You know it's
You saw it with
Speaking
Speaking
Circle.
Circles. You saw it with Exploit. I don't want them playing Speaking Circle there. Good draw for Gemstone. Yep. Great play. Now this has been
I think
nerfed, so you need 9 to.
I think that's an example of the not losing play. I wonder if there would have been something different we could have grabbed.
Yeah, I now so Spifferic chose the wait. What is that Grodolf's Burden? Because I
Yeah.
know it got nerfed.
Yeah, it needs one more power.
Yeah. So interesting Spifferic chose not to play it because if you play it and then use it, that's 2 turns where you did nothing. Because you're unlikely to hit a unit. You draw an extra card, but
Humbug Nest is a good spin.
yep.
Cast out's also pretty good.
What does cast out?
Puts a unit back into your opponent's hand.
Snap.
Yeah, plays a guy that dies.
Get that void count up.
Does Relics care about void count?
No.
No.
Not at all. So we know they have Siditi back in the hand. Jings, go to market. Now what are you taking?
I think it has to be Know Thy Enemy. I think that's all that's left.
Might, right?
No, you can't get Might off of Justice Etchings.
Oh, right.
So this is Know Thy Enemy, and they're just going to spin for a big board after whatever happens. Oh yeah, Diana.
Power we needed.
Yep. Bottomed.
Yeah, I think at this point.
I would have considered keeping, I think. But again, my win percentage on Cambrai Relics is bad, and my win percentage against Spifferific is also bad. Oh, that's cute.
Oh.
Still can't get
But just-
Might.
yeah.
So the only card that this can grab is Harsh Rule, so you're probably just not doing anything with it. Do you let your Speaking Circle go? It has Torch on it. You could essentially trade Diana for
You let it
the
go.
Merchant.
I think you let it go.
I'd consider the trade.
So
Because
the
this
Spiffer?
saves you a bunch of life too. Because you torch the dude, you bottom
Nice.
one of the Siditi, and then you force your opponent to either let Queen of Glass come down or you save 5 life. And then you can hopefully start leveraging your Gerdov's Burden advantage.
Yeah, the thing is though, you're not really getting the units. I mean, I guess this is running Grodolf, right? There's a stranger in there.
No, is it? Is there?
Yeah, they attack Applechicks.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you can hit a couple of cards off of it, but really you're just paying 5 to draw a card, which isn't a great rate.
Oof. There's so much power.
So sure. Turn away from lethal here. Oh,
Mm,
they're not
good
flying.
enough.
They're not flying.
Draw
Just
one.
spin. Hope for harsh roll.
Still not good enough. Oh, but you freebie.
Yep.
That's cool. See, now you wish you had that fine. Right? If you didn't play power, this keeps you alive.
Good spot. I think somebody might have conceded there.
Only the best.
Facing 8. Not realizing the power is going to give you the 2 armor.
Now this is might.
So you're gonna get 2 looks here, right? Grodow's gonna give you a look. You're gonna get the draw. So 3.
Is the cost on the draw still 5 or is it 6?
I think it's still 5. I could be right. Ooh. Okay, because you can't play to
I
that.
guess you kind of want the harsh rule.
Yeah, going for the harsh rule.
Or the last equalize. Step 1 is probably attacked, right?
Yep. Let's see what you get.
Interesting putting your opponent's void away. I would have been tempted to do my own. I guess I don't know the numbers, but I would have been tempted with 2 equalize and a harsh rule in the void.
Yeah, you have to run the math
been
on
tempting.
that. Yeah. 1. Not gonna.
That's a lot of power.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That is what Cambrai does sometimes.
And so DQ takes the first game.
So back to the discussion that we were having earlier about adding the units to this Cambrai deck. It seems to be the most common build of it now, but every time I see it, I'm like, doesn't this just make equalize worse every time?
It does. It absolutely does. But I think the nerf to the relic, the one that lets you draw, I don't know any card names.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I've played Cambrai relics, qualified on a day 2 on Cambrai relics, do not understand any card names. The one that lets you draw based on how many relics you have, right? It was a 3
alarm
cost.
findings.
Now it's so they've raised the cost of that card. And so people have kind of strayed away from that version of it.
I thought that was getting cut out of the deck anyway.
I wasn't cutting it, but I'm not a tier 1 player.
I don't know. You're a top 16 player on Cambrai relics.
One time. That's right.
Shout out to Time Twist. Got him.
See what he did there. Okay. Honestly, as a Cambrai player, that's amazing. You'd love to see like a Defiance, so you'd have a little interaction, but you're playing a mid-range deck.
Aren't we on 6 again though? That's kind of a bummer.
I didn't get a chance to count it. It looks low, but that's what you want. You don't want to keep drawing power because you have a ton of power.
Coveted Gemstone goes a long way to alleviating that suffering if you do flood out a little bit.
No, no shadow over there.
So we know this is Jada.
I always wonder what I'm supposed to play first: New Beginning or Enter the Monastery. A New Tomorrow, or it's New Beginning, right? New Beginning. Or
Yes.
Enter the Monastery. I
know.
know.
I think it's always Enter the Monastery because you don't want to run out of Justice Sigils.
And so you learn so much by watching Eternal.
Oh no.
There's the exploit. Now, what do you take?
I think you just take the harsh
Shenron.
rule. Yeah, the Shenron speaks.
So, right? Just hope they don't. Even though a New Beginning has the potential to do.
Yeah, but it takes multiple turns to really do its thing, and so if your opponent is spending their turns doing New Beginning nonsense,
Got you one step closer. You play that next turn with 2 triggers.
yeah.
To amplify. I think we call it amplify in the game, Mark. I know they have the Annihilates in the deck.
Only 2.
Take care of that.
So Annihilate, Slay, and Collapse are the answers to big tokens.
Is Slay the full set?
No, Slay's a 1-of.
Okay. So there's 4 clean main deck answers, and then they have a harsh roll on the board.
So this here, you lock out the Diangolo Might, right?
Yeah, I imagine that's what they took with Might.
Oh, we don't get to see it from Spiff's side.
Yeah,
bad.
but you got to imagine that's what they took in this situation, right?
I would assume so.
They're not on 6. They might have a power in hand. I think you take it.
Unless you had to stop an answer. I don't think you want to stop an answer, though.
But this is great. Did they take harsh roll? Just gonna wipe the
that
board.
can't be.
They're just gonna wipe the board.
Oh, they took Reclaim. I don't know. Well, we'll see. It worked out well last time.
Yeah, you just went from 5 power to 8 power.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
The clock is scary, though, here. Is
Yeah.
there an answer for this unit in Spiff's market? Because blasting in for 18 seems great.
Oh.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Sword of Unity is a thing.
That I always forget about Sword of Unity out of Relics, and every time it tilts me off the face of the earth. Combat Relics is my least favorite deck to play against because it plays all of my least favorite cards.
Speaking Circle, Equalize.
Sword of Unity. Sword of Unity in my 4-unit deck. I guess it's not a 4-unit deck anymore, but you know, one thing we haven't really talked about, we haven't talked about any of the spoilers yet.
Oh. No. We have a spoiler, right? Later on.
Oh.
We'll be showing off a spoiler later in the cast.
A perfect concoction.
Love it. And you just get one?
Yeah, they could only amplify once. Because there's
Interesting.
contract to take the spell.
9. That's only 11.
I think you
12,
you
13.
double block
Yeah.
the life stealer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But then you're staring down lethal. Oh, you're not staring down lethal because your Doc Zytrum didn't die. Spifferific looks in good shape here.
Yeah, if I'm picking board positions. 'Cause they have the weapon.
Fine meal.
What else can Spiff get?
Could have got
Bird and Scepter, Gavel, Stormhalt Knife. Not a lot of exciting choices. I guess you have the time to get the Burden here.
More field testing is required.
no. Ooh.
This is fine. You basically want this to happen.
Really?
Yeah, because you
do?
Harsh Roll Smash, and then Grodov's Burden the next
whatever they
threat,
have.
and Smash.
Yeah, that'll stop them from drawing the 4 cards. Oh, it's only 2 now, right? Is it only 1 card off the DD? That's how much they're on replay.
It was always one card.
Curse. Oh, it used to be 2. I'll bet you.
It used to be on either person's turn.
Really?
Yeah.
Broken.
Yeah. They nerfed it.
Oh, ambush and
Uh,
not gonna be enough.
it still has the Spifferific plan is still good. You burden this away.
Yep.
Hit, and then theoretically profit. A second of the oh no, they only had the one angel and the
Only
one
one.
Valkyrie. I guess I'm eating my words about the Siditi relic being good in this matchup. I do think it's good in the matchup. I think it came a little bit too late here.
Yeah, there were plenty of turns where they weren't attacking.
That should tie it up.
You'd have to go market neutral.
That wouldn't even do it because you still have the weapon on.
That's why you're here, Mark. Because I can't do this by myself. Can't do this by myself. So yeah, they're tied up 1-1. We're gonna go into game 3.
Close one, and we've kind of seen both decks kind of make their game plan happen. So it'll be a question of which deck is going to be more consistent in executing its game plan, because I think both decks have the time to set up, and so I think the more consistent setup and probably likely the stronger late game is the deck that wins this matchup. I think there's a more narrow set of ways that the turns can go where the Convert deck wins, or where the Argenport deck wins here.
Yeah, and I think you were right. I think Spifferific played that on 6 again. Playing from a hole isn't easy. Although that 6 was what you want. Just ramp. Just
Yeah,
make me
even
big.
without the equalizes, like the deck is still very impressive, and maybe that's why it's okay to play the units. And I suppose when all of your units either ramp you or cantrip, because Diana cantrips, Grodov Stranger plays a power or cantrips or both. What an ugly card. Card is awful. It's a menace and it's in the wrong colors.
I don't understand how you can't say that about something like Grodov Stranger and
No, it's
still
fine.
play Shrine the Carvet.
Grotto Stranger is fine.
That's broken.
Not anymore. It costs 4.
Ah, it doesn't matter.
That's
Still
true. We're
great.
seeing 2 decks playing it.
Oh, we're gonna get the other side here.
Nice.
Take a look at DQ's hand.
Does that mean we're going to get hand cam for Spiff?
There are no secrets.
Okay. And this will be the last game of the round. So this round flew by.
Well, when you invite your friend over to have some fun, time goes by fast.
Aw.
Oh,
Shucks. Ah, we do get the hand cam. So we get to see everything this game, which is cool.
We
We're not playing the bet on exciting, so I could have said exciting.
yeah, you could have said
So this is what oh no, it revealed this turn. That's too bad.
beginning.
Wait, did we not Saditi? Did we have the chance to Saditi and not?
We don't have Sadidi.
We
No.
had Saditi on top.
On top? No, we didn't have 5 though, right?
much.
We just
Play a wrong power.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
Was it the wrong power? Or just didn't have it yet.
Might have just not had it yet. But this still works out great because now this is where Saditi
Yep.
is going to shine. You're like behind on cards in hand and you're not attacking. So like equalize is kind of minimized here. I don't know how much spiffirific is gonna care.
Exploits. Good.
What do you even exploit? Look at that hand.
So many. I mean, you don't care about anything on the ground.
I think you have to take the speaking
Speaking
circle,
circle.
but then you're gonna get beat up by those builders decrees.
I think no, because you got to get to 9 to make it really. Just one of them's not going to kill you. Because you're putting, I guess you're only putting 5 through the air because your 3/4 is not getting through. Right, you're keeping the 2/4 back just to block 4 every turn. Right? Just take 5.
Probably.
Fines. I mean, that would just would have stunned it and delayed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like just going after it.
Going for the pressure. That makes sense if that's your plan. It makes sense to do that and
Yep.
take the defiance.
Yep. I do like it now that I see it. So now, I mean, we're just avoiding a calamity off speaking.
Spin
circle.
for the equalize.
Spin the win. This Mark hates this card.
I
Oh,
really don't like
that takes
this
care of the 5/3. That was a seer.
Those are 2
Lockdown.
really good hits.
Yep. Now that forces you to attack the speaking circle, so you're only gonna get 1 though. Right?
Yes. But saving
Just-
8 life is really good.
Also, Torch doesn't allow you to draw the extra card, which
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good observation.
Aegis is gonna be nice here though.
Not in the face of something like equalize. Like Svetya is not at her best in this matchup, I don't think.
Yeah, I suppose if you have no, but because then they could play the
We
Well, they don't get to this turn, so I think it's likely that we're gonna see the builder's decree. There's your 1 of plating.
yeah. What would you call that? What would you call that draw?
Call it a good speculative draw.
Come on, something like hot.
I would call it a jalapeno filled
Yeah.
draw.
Extra cards.
Yeah, this is a good play now. Playing the Svetya here is really good. Not only for this, but now that your opponent's on 9, you
for
have
the
to play
white,
around the
you've got
board wipe.
you've got lethal.
Do you?
Even
Oh
if
yeah.
you can,
Yep.
it's not gonna do it.
No, it's only 17. Spiffirific doesn't attack, and then you take 17. Oh, what a rip! We didn't see that on the hand cam. That's brutal.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, they're gonna lock out the, and then play another one next turn. Oh, that's brutal.
Did we not? I wonder why Spiff didn't do it first. Lock a card in hand and then.
Get rid of that?
This is why Jason and I never beat Spiffirific.
Yeah. Miles ahead of us.
The Valkyrie Enforcer are pretty good. Oh wait, why didn't we sacrifice the? Oh, because Spiffirific gets to choose. There's a lot of things not going well here.
Oh snap! That is.
Yeah.
Look, can you play the weapon next turn?
Yeah, that's true.
Snap, because you couldn't get past those 10/10s, regardless of how great you think Stormhalt plating is.
They're a unit in Spiff's board.
Wow. Yeah, what can they go get?
What a series of
3, but it costs 5 to do it.
Stormhawk plating. You can get Stormhawk plating and not die.
Can't.
12 damage, right?
Oh, you can. You're at 10, so you can play it.
So that's what you have to do, but it's not a winning line. Oh, this is great though. You get Stormhawk plating with the first one, you play the second, and then you get Gurdov's Burden preemptively, and then you're not dead.
Oh, because you can throw it back.
Yep. Ooh, but oh no, you can't do both. Spiff is a master at these fine margins. Like I think under the panic of this level of pressure, I wouldn't see the lines that Spiff is finding. I have the luxury of talking them through with Jason. But this is also in the late game here, this is where we're also seeing the relic from Sadidi do a lot of work. Because there are a lot of scenarios where we would have been caught up if we were spifferific, but the relic continuing to put pressure on the card advantage game.
They didn't draw anything off of that. That's unfortunate. Spifferic played really well. Congratulations to DQ for winning that round.
But that's the narrow case of Sadidi being really good and why I would have wanted like 3 or 4.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the end of round 2. Thanks for being here. You want to follow along, you can go to Battlefly and check out
Battlefly.
It's not Fly. We've been through this before, right?
that was the
I try so hard.
joke.
I try so hard not to say
Battlefy.
Battlefy. I think you should just change the name.
And if you want to sign up for the next 3 TNEs, there are 3 more. The next 3 are going to be an expedition format leading up to the Open, and you can always register on battlefy.com/TNE Tuesday-eternal.
There you go.
Tuesday-night-eternal.
There you go. I'm starting my own tournament series though at battlefly.com, and we're gonna run some cool stuff too. We will be back.
You can win misplay shirts.